GM Wallet Connectors, and welcome to another WalletConnect Town Hall. This has quickly become one of the most anticipated events of the month for us. And I know that I say this every time, but today is so stacked. You're about to meet so many of our team members, including our founder and our CEO, as well as a number of our partners. Now, let me introduce briefly the guests that we have before we hear from each of them. We have Helena, our community lead. We have Juanpi from Talent Protocol. We have Nacho, our head of product at WalletConnect, Diego from WalletConnect, Pedro Gomez, Jess Holgrave, Tom from Arculus Wallet. We've got Ibra and Benjamin. So welcome everybody to WalletConnect's Town Hall for October. Now, we've got some really exciting announcements, but before we dive into all of that, let me remind you that this town hall is live. So feel free to share, to repost on X, to tag a friend who needs to see this. And if you have questions at the very end, we'll have some time to go over these for you. Without further ado, some very exciting things happened at Wallet Connect. I cannot believe that it's already October. I don't know about you, Wallet Connectors, but here's what's transpired in just the last 4 weeks or so. We introduced TNV, Total Network Volume. We introduced dtcpay, and as well as the fees proposal that is a cornerstone for Wallet Connect's roadmap. So to go over the beginning of what happened and dive into the updates, we're here with Pedro Gomez, our founder, and Jess Holgrave, our CEO. Hi, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Hi, Diana. Nice to see you.
It's so good to have both of you. Now, let's spend a brief second talking about Token 2049, which just wrapped up about 2 weeks ago. Singapore was absolutely crazy, very humid. My personal highlight, and I want to hear yours, Pedro, because you were there, is that we hosted not one, not two, but 3 different events. How was your experience? How was Token for you, Pedro?
Well, I think we had to match the vibes. Like Singapore was so packed with so much news and activity, and we made sure that our team had presence everywhere, starting with Canton, who's launching a very innovative chain, and also with our great announcement with DTC Pay, which was an amazing event on the beautiful rooftop. Plus, we had a partnership with Solayer, which kind of just gathered all of the Solana community in one room. So it was really great. I love Token 2049. It's one of the highlights, and it had so much to show.
I truly understand now why people say Wallet Connect is everywhere, because every time we saw a person on the street, of course, they knew what Wallet Connect was. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, you guys are everywhere. I think that these 3 events truly showcase the energy of our team. We had our biz dev team, we had our creative team, we had our marketing team. It was truly amazing. And mentioning that beautiful rooftop with DTC Pay, I think we got the Token 2049 blessing. It rained like crazy, but it did not ruin the night. So that was a really, really good night. And we'll get into DTC Pay a bit later on. Now, Jess, you were actually on stage on the 13th, so on Monday, and you had a very exciting panel. Tell us about that.
Yeah, this week has been a super busy week. I'm currently in Barcelona for the European Blockchain Convention, and I'll be speaking there tomorrow. But earlier on this week, I was in London for the Digital Asset Summit by Blockworks, which was a really cool event. Pedro was there too. We had a ton of the around. I did a panel with Christian Rao, who's leads partnerships at MasterCard on the crypto side. And we were talking about all things like mainstream adoption, payments. As Pedro mentioned, we recently launched a new like point of sale SDK with DTC Pay. So that was like a big topic that we covered. The overall event was amazing. I think like very institutional for a crypto event, a lot more suits than shorts and t-shirts. But that's a great sign, like really great questions. And I think that for me, the really, really interesting thing was sometimes these like events that are more TradFi oriented, let's say, the level of questioning is not so sophisticated. Whereas this year I found actually like the people, even who they weren't from a crypto background, were asking like really smart, intelligent questions. So it was a really good event.
So the suits are catching up, is what I'm hearing you say. I think that what's so unique about Wallet Connect is that we are able to focus kind of in the middle of two very important audiences. We have the users, we have everyone that's known us for years. WalletConnect is obviously a very well-known company, but when it comes to institutions, we're actually the bedrock of on-chain finance. And I think that it's really important for us to be at those events as well. And perhaps something else that is a bit more on the suit side, you are speaking at Money 2020. When is that and where?
Yep. So another trip. I'm going to get a little moment at home next week, I think. But after that, I go to Vegas. So Money 2020, which is one of the biggest fintech events in the world, especially the one in Vegas, which is where it started. That's happening from the 26th through to the 29th of October. I'm going to be there speaking at the main event on the 26th. There's an event specifically for stablecoins called StableCon on Monday 27th, where I'll be speaking as well. And we're going to do a small WalletConnect brunch for special partners there. So if anybody is heading to Vegas and wants to chat about WalletConnect, then hit me up.
Definitely hit Jess up and make sure you follow her on X. And this is kind of my understanding following the last couple of months, but WalletConnect really is making brunch kind of our thing. We did one in Cannes, we did one in Singapore. Now you're doing one in Vegas. So very, very excited because quality is always top notch. And again, on our events track, it is Q4. It is very busy. There's a lot going on. We are coming up to DevConnect in Argentina. Pedro, have you been to Argentina before?
Well, actually, my first time in Argentina was ETH Buenos Aires in 2018. So that was a long time ago. So I'm really excited to see how much Argentina has changed and how much has it adopted crypto. And honestly, the Argentinians have been pitching a Dev Connect for years and they finally got it. So they're going to bring the best they can. So I'm really excited. And we also have a booth at the Ethereum World Fair. So that's going to be really cool. But you know what's even more exciting that's coming to Buenos Aires? Our
What?
WalletCon.
Yes, let's talk about WalletCon. Save the date. I feel like I am ranting every week at WalletConnect Weekly. But Anon, have you secured your ticket for WalletCon? November 20th. It's going to be a day full of wonderful programming. We have excellent speakers. Stay tuned to see who exactly is speaking next week. And you're going to hang out with these guys and with us. We'll do some content. And this is our signature event and biggest WalletConnect event of the year. And speaking of which, Jess, what are you most excited about when it comes to WalletCon?
I love WalletCon. For me, it's like a day where I get to hang out with the team, with our builders, with our community. This year, probably more than ever, the team is working super, super hard to be able to share some really cool things with you. The preview is that a lot of that is around like payments, security, way better user experiences when wallets are interacting with applications. We have the next round of wallet certified that we're going to be talking about. And of course, today we're going to talk, I think, a little bit about fees and stuff on the network. So we're going to be doing a lot more deep diving into that. But honestly, I think more than any of the content, any of that stuff, it's a place to just meet real builders. The last WalletCon, I think we had over 1,000 people, and every single one of them is building and creating and doing something really cool in this space. So for me, it's just a great day to learn. I get shown so many interesting implementations of WalletConnect, which is always really fun. So yeah, I'm very excited about it.
Absolutely. Now, let's dive into the recent updates. We debuted very important news and a new term, perhaps some of you may not have heard, total network volume or TNV. Now, Jess and Pedro, let's also bring Diego to the stage so that you could walk us through what is TNV? Why is it important?
So one of the big questions, I joined WalletConnect about 2 years ago. And one of the questions that for me was really top of mind was like, who's using the network and how are they using it? And what value are we bringing to the ecosystem? Because I knew as an end user, I was using it all the time to connect into applications. I'd even like built proof of concepts with it, but like we didn't have a really great picture of what was actually happening on the network. So over the last couple of years, and Diego will talk us maybe through a little bit more like the technical details of how we measure this, but we've really been trying to get a picture of how big the WalletConnect network is and how valuable it is to the ecosystem. And we announced a couple of weeks ago, there was a really great article in Forbes by Vipin. So if anybody wants to go really deep, that's the place to go and read it. We announced that this year we think we're going to do over $400 billion of network volume. So that means facilitating over $400 billion of value movement between apps and wallets. And to give you an idea, like this is a really big number that even surprised me as we started to see this data coming in. And so really cool to see this scale. Of course, that covers all different segments from DeFi to payments to social and much more in between. But that puts us on par with some of the biggest payment processors in the world. Like many of them are really processing, in and around those kinds of numbers. So super interesting to see the breadth and depth of WalletConnect.
Absolutely. And Diego, do you have anything to add?
No, like it's honestly was a complex task to start measuring this and getting the pipeline together. I can start giving you some details of how this works and all the stuff we did towards this. So it all starts first with browsing the network traffic. Essentially, what we do is we are able to capture the transaction hashes that the users submit on-chain. And with this data, then we can go to an on-chain platform like Dune, which we spend some time selecting our on-chain provider. And we are able to enrich these transactions with some data, like what was the address initiating this transaction, what were the transfers that this transaction is doing on-chain, and what tokens are being moved as a result of this transaction getting submitted. And with that data, then we can estimate a USD value for each transaction based on the token prices that this transaction is moving. And that also requires like some confidence on the token prices, for which also rely on the Dune dataset, which has like a very well curated price dataset. And once we get the transfers, the transactions, we implement some logic to understand what is the value flowing outbound the user who's starting the transaction or inbound, and keep just the maximum of those values. This might sound too technical, but it's important to understand that there might be subsequent transfers that might be part of internal smart contracts like swaps or complex mechanics that we don't want to account for. So yeah, once we get all this data, we get it back into our data warehouse, we aggregate it, we apply some data quality checks, remove some low confidence values, and with this we are able to come up with a consistent number to measure the TMB. So yeah, that's basically the TLDR, how we did it. Obviously, it took like almost a year of work since we started planning this. Huge shout out to the data team, especially Aaron, who was able to put together so many things. But yeah, it's a continuous work. We are continuously monitoring this data set, expanding to new blockchains as they become available, and like finding out so much interesting insights, because now we are able to quickly see where's the value in Web3. Like when like projects like AsterDex or new projects come out, we are really quickly to see what's going on there. So that brings a lot of interesting data for our customers and everyone.
And can anyone see the data in this data room that you just shared?
Oh yeah, for sure. We released this data share last week. We share some stats about the network activity in the past day or so. We can see we have 100,000 connections. 400,000 connections, signatures, number of different addresses that submitted transaction, and obviously, like the number we are talking about is the 1.5 billion in value that we are powering through WalletConnect. So this is updating daily, and we'll continue to add some data as it becomes available here.
Fantastic. And to give you, Diego, a shout out, we know that you're speaking at DuneCon since you mentioned analytics in Buenos Aires. So if anybody is going to DuneCon, watch out for this gentleman right here. That is Diego Nell from WalletConnect. Do you have any follow ups, Jess or Pedro?
I want to just sorry, Pedro, I'll hand over to you in a second. I want to just like reiterate my thanks to the team. This was a really challenging role, especially because the way that WalletConnect is built is designed that it's private. So really important here is that we're not looking into the actual messages that are taking place over the WalletConnect network. Those remain encrypted. We're just using on-chain data to try and understand what's happening. So really complicated task, and huge thanks to Diego and all the team who've done it. For me, this is one of the most important things because it really drives how we think about the network itself and how we make that sustainable over the long run by the introduction of fees. So really important work.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I think people sometimes misunderstand how complex the WalletConnect network is. Like its value proposition is that it abstracts a lot of this complexity to make the most simple user experience possible that is able to connect 70,000 applications to over 700 wallets. And within all of these 300 million connections that happen cumulative, the data that needs to be extracted for us to actually make sense of the value that goes behind, it's such a great undertaking. And to see a live dashboard with like 24-hour data, it's a huge achievement. It's something that it's been a dream of mine for so long. And I congrats the whole team for making sure this is a possibility.
Absolutely. Thank you for your service. Thank you very much, Diego. You're free to go. And Jess and Pedro, you get to hang out a little bit longer. Now, one of the questions that we get quite a lot, and I get this question every time I leave my room during a conference, is when fees and why fees? What are fees? Could you walk us through what is the new fees proposal and what is the impact of it for the network, for token holders? And as a reminder, NFA, not financial advice.
Well, one of the things that we always said is that the reason we actually launched the WalletConnect token was that we could potentially monetize the network and bring a more sustainable mechanism to not just decentralize, but to keep the incentives long term. And now with this proposal that is building on top of this TNV, we now have a very concrete idea of how we can achieve this. This will be very important for the rewards budget to make sure that it can exist for the very foreseeable future. It also allows us to drive revenue for our node operators, for our wallet partners, and also for the ecosystem treasury. And this is only a small example of what we've been able to achieve with TNV. And the way we currently trying to approach it, we believe is the best way that will not only make it sustainable, but also allow the network to grow even further than just 400 billion.
Jess?
Yeah, I mean, I think Pedro hits it on the head, which is like, how do we create something that over the long run is really sustainable? When I joined WalletConnect, a lot of the feedback that I was getting as I was speaking to people was like, I want to run my own node. I want WalletConnect to not be like super dependent just on you guys as a single entity. Although touch wood, we've never had any issues with that. Ultimately, this is really crucial kind of infrastructure for the internet. We see that by these numbers. And so we wanted to design something that over the long run can make this network sustainable, even if even in the absence of WalletConnect and Reown as companies being able to run nodes. So I think this is a really, really important step. The incentive, one of the most interesting thing about having a token is that you have this incredible device and tool to create incentives. And we've seen that through the wallets who are joining the network, who get rewarded. We've seen that through the node operators who are all providing this critical infrastructure. And so the infrastructure, the introduction of fees is really the next step in that progressive journey that we have towards decentralization, where we can make sure that this is resilient and is going to be here for tens and maybe hundreds of years to come as the internet's infrastructure.
At
And
this
honestly,
point,
also talking about the timelines, like we went from launching the foundation last year, launching the token, getting the node operators to validate the network, getting the wallets to receive rewards, now having an actual live TNV, having a first proposal on the fees, like the amount of deliverables that the team has been able to do, is basically taking what used to be a centralized service into a sustainable revenue generating decentralized network. This is such an achievement that it cannot be understated of how much was happening in the last 12 months. And the WalletConnect token is not even 1 year old.
The team has been shipping, and I think that what people always say is, oh, of course I use WalletConnect, I've used it every day, I've used it like 2 hours ago. And this path forward truly shows what we can enable together for the future of finance. When we say that WalletConnect is the backbone of on-chain finance, we actually have the data to back that up. Thank you very much, Jess and Pedro. You're free to go. Remember, for our Wallet Connectors who are watching, go follow Jess Holgrave on X and Pedro Gomez at Pedro IUD. Pedro, you. I always got that
Close
wrong.
enough.
Close
UID.
enough. Thank you. Thank you both.
Thanks, guys.
Next up, we're going to talk about community. So let's bring to the stage our community lead, Helena. So you have been cooking a ton. You've been cooking up a storm. We have rewarded so many builders. Walk us through the latest.
I am super excited to be here today because indeed there's just been so much happening with the WalletConnect community that I'm so happy to see. I've joined WalletConnect just recently. It wasn't even it hasn't even been 2 months yet. Like I've joined almost 2 months ago, but we have already rewarded over 6,000 contributors. And this is huge because we have actually put a lot of effort into figuring out how do we reward real contributors, real people, real humans that are supporting the network. And so we finally made the boosted stakers rewards happen. This is huge because this has been one of the most popular community questions. When are the rewards for stakers? When are the thank you appreciation for those that are staking their tokens, that are supporting the network, that are voting on chain, that are actually engaging with the network on chain? And I fully relate to that. I resonate with this a lot. I feel like we have to reward those people that actually make a meaningful impact on WalletConnect. And that's why we essentially started rewarding those that are actively contributing. And so what does that mean, being a contributor? That's a big question that I've just started to uncover on my X profile. And I am definitely inviting everyone to follow me for more explanations and for more details on how to be a contributor. But also a very good resource that you can go to is our Guild Community Hub. So something that has just happened yesterday, I was able to finalize our Guild community refresh, and now it basically has all of the information and the guides on how to start contributing to WalletConnect, and like generally what do you have to do to be the contributor. So of course we have the community member role here, and that's the very basic thing that you can do. You can just join WalletConnect and like start exploring, seeing what people say, what people do, like what is happening there. But how do you actually contribute is by being the content creator and spreading the word about WalletConnect. And being the content creator, I don't mean just like doing some AI generated posts or just doing anything about WalletConnect, like tagging WalletConnect. I mean actually doing the genuine human made content. We are super careful about that. I'm actually looking manually through all of the submissions, through all of the content that we have on our X community. So if you are looking to upskill, if you're looking to build your reputation, build your network, and build the actual expertise in creating content, that's the best place, because we are going to be hosting content creation workshops. We're going to be talking more and more about this. And there is already a great guide on how to actually start creating content and like what is a good content piece. But then also we are running beta testing cohorts. From time to time there is a new beta testing cohort that opens, and that is very great opportunity to contribute to WalletConnect, because you just basically go and directly engage and help us shape the products that we build. And lastly, of course, the DAO members, those that stake and that vote on the governance, they are definitely the contributors. They are super important for us, and we really appreciate everyone that takes the time to go to the governance forum to share their opinions. And right now, we have a governance discussion open for the fees paper. So if you are looking to engage with the DAO, if you're looking to make a real impact into something that is innovative, that's just an exploration, and that is a big attempt into making Web3 sustainable, please, you can open Guild and you can go from that, or you can just open directly the governance forum, which is governance.walletconnect.network, and you can engage with us and you can see this proposal and share your opinion, share your feedback, and help us decide how to actually implement the fees and how the fees should work. But yeah, there is many more things coming, of course. I am very stoked as of to all these new initiatives that are gonna be happening. I definitely invite everyone to follow WalletConnect, to join WalletConnect Discord, because that's where most of the things are happening. And I'll see you on the other side of the web, on the side where there is a contribution, participation, and the Web3 spirit.
Absolutely. Get involved with WalletConnect. And a question, I don't know if I've asked you this before. Do I get to teach the content creation workshop?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my
That's
God. You
already on
guys
your calendar,
are not
actually.
even ready. This is going to be so epic. But you heard Helena, we've got so much happening, and we are here to support and to reward people who meaningfully engage with WalletConnect. We see you, we hear you. Keep tagging us on X. We love to see it. Thank you so much for all of your hard work. And next up, we are switching gears. We're going to talk about SUI support, something very exciting. Please welcome to the stage Ignacio Rivera, aka Nacho, and Ibra from Bluefin. Now, gentlemen, please walk us through the latest update. WalletConnect is facilitating access to SUI for institutions, with Bluefin playing a key part in that. Walk us through, what does this mean and how does it work?
Actually,
Do you want
take this one?
For sure. I'll do an intro and then I leave you to take the stage. So a couple of days ago, we did the announcement in conjunction with Fireblocks, Bluefin, and Misten Lab, of course, the maintainers and creators of the SUI network, that today wallets and applications in the SUI ecosystem and outside the SUI ecosystem can start interacting together via the WalletConnect network. It's been something that we've been working over the last 3 to 4 months with all of the teams involved in here. It was a monumental task. It's been one of the most requested non-EVM chains, besides the ones that we already know. And it was a great opportunity also to start meeting new projects that are driving a lot of value, from which here, at least here in my screen, but maybe I'm wrong, Ibra from Bluefin, one of the leading DeFi projects in SUI, who is also our launch and design partner in all this integration. We've worked a lot with Ibra's team, making sure that every interaction is working as expected. So super happy to have them present today. Maybe Ibra, you can walk us a little bit of what is Bluefin and how it's changing the DeFi ecosystem in SUI, and we can go from there.
Yeah. Thanks, Nacho. Thanks for the introduction. Super excited to be here, like presenting to all the wallet connectors. My name is Ibra. I am from head of product at Bluefin and founder of Ember. So Bluefin and Ember are the first two protocols on SUI that support WalletConnect. We're the pioneering the front here to facilitate a connection and broaden the access of the WalletConnect community and also institutional capital coming to SUI. So SUI is, of course, many of you know, one of the fastest growing non-EVM chains out there, and one of the fastest growing projects in crypto. And we're positioned more or less, or we always like to be positioned at the center of it, being a DeFi powerhouse. Bluefin is all-in-one DeFi product that we have. And let me probably, if I can present my screen real quick, and I start sharing, but really, really fast around what Bluefin looks like. So we're basically, let's see, can people see? Am I sharing? Okay, there it is. Perfect.
Loading, yes.
So the Bluefin is like we have a spot AMM, like the traditional AMM that like Uniswap. We have a perps DEX, like you can come to trade perps, and we have a lending protocol that you can come supply, borrow assets, and like do other DeFi activities on Sui. So positioned as this DeFi like powerhouse on Sui, we just integrated WalletConnect, one of the like very like like differentiated integrations that we've done from like with respect to other like wallets that we've integrated. Like right now, like any user can come like connect through WalletConnect with any of the supported like wallets that currently are available for using this application on Sui, which includes Fireblocks, Xportal, and Zealcore. And we also launched this in a recent product that we just like launched, like incubated by Blue Water Lab, which is our DevCo, our development company, that incubated both like Bluefin and Ember. Okay, we just launched this here as well, where we can also like integrate WalletConnect. This is another like a structured vaults product, like very similar to Morpho or to Camino in Solana. Okay, where like we're looking to onboard like the next generation also of like unified liquidity on Sui and also beyond Sui, like with like different like cross-chain vaults that we run in this product. And we also support like we started supporting WalletConnect because this is an institutional led product that like vaults like gives access to a lot of like one of the like some of the best yields on the chain and like in crypto overall. So between these two products, integrate the integration of WalletConnect like marks a very important milestone in terms of like onboarding institutional flow, especially to a chain like Sui. That I think will become like in the coming months and year like a very like a broad spread application and like a use case for all of the people that are using the network. So I'm super excited like for this integration. I think like institutional like capital coming into the chain is gonna like also allow us to grow like as a project like Bluefin Ember and also as an ecosystem like the Sui network as a whole.
And we got the alpha of Ember that I wasn't aware. So the town hall always surprising with new things.
Yeah, it's good, and it's like interesting that like WalletConnect like facilitating connect like integration like bringing the possibility of onboarding like both like retail like through like easy UX and also institutional capital through MPC wallets like Fireblocks like Fortify. It's a very important like application, and like the fact that we're like creating these synergies with like a DeFi product like focus on all of the like these use cases. And like an onboarding application like WalletConnect is just like shows the power that like Web3 has to offer in these fast growing chains that are currently like adopting mass users from Web2 as well.
Very well said. And thank you so much, Ibra, for being here and for showing us behind the scenes. Fantastic. So Nacho, now we get to talk about a couple more integrations. We recently debuted dtcpay and we have a new integration with Arculus. So let's please invite Tom from Arculus to the stage and talk about that. First, let's give a quick overview of dtcpay. What is WalletConnect doing with dtcpay and why was it such a huge deal in Singapore?
For us, dtcpay is like marked our first partner that we are launching a different way of using WalletConnect. We've always used it to connect applications with wallets, and an application can be anything. In the end, in this case, are POS solutions. You are able to go into a coffee store in Singapore and scan a QR code using WalletConnect. And that will allow you to pay directly with your wallet from what was previously something we didn't do in crypto. Of course, in Web2, we are all used to tap and pay. We will talk about that with Tom in a second, of course. But with DTC, we also have the possibility now to scan a QR code and do a payment in Singapore, which especially for those who come from regions like Latin America or from regions like Southeast Asia, paying with QR codes is something already established within the culture of the people, especially with the neobanks and such. So bringing this into Southeast Asia was so something very exciting for us, and it's a different but old way of using wallet connectivity to what was originally thought for, to use your funds in whatever situation that you want, not only in the digital world, but also in the physical world. It was a very long campaign. It's a project that was managed between 5 different time zones, all working towards a big announcement, that token in Singapore. So was one of the highlights of the year for sure, being in participating with EDC, who has been opening a lot of doors for us in what's coming for the next of the year.
Absolutely. And I was given this offer just before our town hall started today. If you go and see Pedro's ex at Pedro, I'm going to forget this again, UID, you're going to see that he posted a picture of paying with WalletConnect Pay, with dtcpay, and the receipt. So if anybody can go and buy whatever it is, like a coffee, and show us that you've paid with WalletConnect Pay, with dtcpay, then we may have some rewards available for you. Shout out to Helena for that. I think that's a great idea. Now, let's talk about Arculus.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Mileto. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to introduce you, Tom. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I just jumped on in. Tom Mileto, head product at Arculus. Arculus is based in the US, part of a company called Compo Secure that makes about 85% of the metal payment cards in the world. If you have a metal payment card, there's an excellent chance it was made in one of our factories in New Jersey. Amex, Chase, and in the crypto world, things like Cast, the new Coinbase One cards, MetaMask cards, Gemini cards, you name it. If you have a cool crypto-enabled card, it was probably made in Somerset, New Jersey, as well as our consumer product, the Arculus hardware wallet, which is again on a metal payment card form factor. Again, it's all the usability of a hot wallet, but all the security of a cold storage wallet.
We met with Tom at the other token event at the beginning of the year, and we did a payment summit, trying to understand how we can change. And I still remember when we say how we are going to change a in-store payment, and he just went into his bag and pulled like this is the solution, like Arculus, and what do we do? Also, Tom is part of our certified wallets who are going through the certification. We just finished the certification, which is also one of the first for us, doing a certification of both like hot and cold wallet at the same time, which is bringing a lot of like interesting things. How are things going on the adoption side? What is the next thing that we might see from Arculus in the next couple of months?
WalletConnect is a super important partner for Arculus. We have some of the widest support of WalletConnect across chains. I think we support somewhere 30 or maybe a little more than 30 different chains on WalletConnect within the Arculus wallet. Super important. We also use the Verify protocol to again check messages when you're signing, and also we are one of the certified wallets now. Again, we think that's super important from the point of view of day-to-day activity. We really look at trying to get crypto out of the basement, trying to get it out to be used in the real world for everyday payments, not just a thing that you have to plug in a bunch of stuff on a computer, but to actually be able to use it safely, securely every day in the real world. So WalletConnect is super important for that. We've recently developed our own point of sale integration that allows you to do direct on-chain payments with a simple, very familiar tap to pay with a card. And what's especially unique about the Arculus implementation is that the same card can be used for payments, simple tap to pay payments over both direct on-chain and over traditional card rails. So the same card could be used, pin and tap to pay directly on the blockchain, or tap to pay over Visa, MasterCard, or American Express.
Excellent. Thank you so much to both of you. Tom, I got so excited. I never knew that this was actually made in Jersey. Go Jersey. That's amazing. You mentioned two of my favorite metal cards there. They're both very good quality cards, very heavy, very, legit. So thank you so much for your work, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Nacho. Next up, and before we go into this next segment, Wallet Connectors, there's over 1,000 of you watching us here live. We love to see it. Make sure that you share on X, repost, tag a friend. This next segment, I've been looking forward to all week. As you may know, WalletConnect has been rewarding builders on Base who integrate WalletConnect and Reown technology. We have a very special partner who's been helping us very actively with this. Let's welcome to the stage Juanpi from Talent Protocol and two of our builders who recently got rewarded. Now, This is public information now. Juanpi, you're one of my favorite people. You work really hard. Shout out to Felipe. I am trying to steal you from Felipe if he's watching this, just so you know. You're doing amazing things at Talent. You're supporting builders. Give us the TLDR on Talent Protocol. Who are you guys and what do you do?
Hey, well, that was an amazing intro. I think was the best one I had so far. So thanks for everything. Yeah, I'm Juanpi. I'm leading the umbrella Talent Protocol. Basically, Talent Protocol, what does is try to help builders stand out. We have on-chain reputation. We track what you do on-chain, off-chain, both for builders and for creators. And we work with a lot of brands. One of them is, in this case, WalletConnect. We help WalletConnect reward builders based on real contributions, like metric-driven contributions, not noise, but actual work. And yeah, we have been doing this builder rewards program for, I think, 3 weeks maybe. We have a lot of weeks coming, of course, and I'm super glad to be here and to have other builders that are building on WalletConnect.
We're so excited. We have two of our winners here with us today. So we would love to ask you both the same two questions. One, what are you building? And two, how has WalletConnect helped you on that journey? So I see you on video. Apurv, let's start with you.
Hello. Yeah. So I've been building open source tools and projects for a while now in this space. So one of my projects is SwizzKnife.xyz. So there I aggregate all the essential EVM tools in a single website. So you can do like call data decoding, read from storage slots and more. So a recent project that I built was Wallet Bridge. So with Wallet Bridge, you can connect your wallet on one end and connect to dApps on the other end. And what this allowed was that for Farcaster wallet users, right now it's very difficult to connect to traditional dApps. So like right now you can't connect a Farcaster wallet to Aave, for example, because they require mini apps to be built specifically for that use case. But what WalletConnect allowed me to do was like I built a mini app called this Wallet Bridge, and now you can bring your Farcaster wallet to the like thousands of dApps that already integrate with WalletConnect. So like now you can open mini app on your Farcaster wallet and then just scan the QR code on your desktop, and then your Farcaster wallet is live on Aave. So, and it also allows, because it's a middleware, you can add more security functionality. So what I introduced was that all the transactions that are sent from the dApp to the user's wallet, they are first decoded in a human readable form, even if the contract is not verified. And then it also has a function for like simulating on Tenderly. So you can be sure that you are not signing some like phishing transaction on there. And another use case was like many dApps don't support like the Coinbase smart wallet. So because I built the wallet bridge, so I try to keep it up to date with the latest connectors. So I integrated smart wallet and some other wallets as well. So even if your dApp supports only like injected wallet and WalletConnect, even then you can use Wallet Bridge as a middleware, and you can connect a ton of more functionality-based wallets, and you can just interact with your dApps freely as if the dApp was native to that. So that's what I built recently and got rewarded.
Congrats
That's
on being
great.
one of our top builders.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Fantastic. And now let's hear, sorry if I mispronounce it. Is it Enocli? Enocli?
Yeah.
What are you building and how has WalletConnect helped you?
GM everyone in Ugly, yeah. So I'm an open source contributor for the Block Scout project. So for those who don't know what that is, it's a blockchain explorer, and it allows you to connect your wallet so you can view your balances across the chains. So in order to ensure that every user, I'm sorry. Okay, so to do this, you need a reliable way to allow users to connect their wallets. There are so many wallets, and as we know it, most users experience the web and the internet through their mobile phones. And these mobile phone wallets, these mobile phone wallets are built on different protocols. So it's not like really easy for you to integrate these wallets into your apps. You have to, for every new wallet, you have to integrate it yourself. This is what WalletConnect has done for us. With WalletConnect, all we just have to do is to all we just did was embed the SDK, the WalletConnect SDK into the Blockcast project, and just with that, we have everybody using any mobile wallets could easily access those scouts.
Wonderful. We're so happy to hear that WalletConnect has been so helpful to you, and congrats for being another one of our top builders. Now, Juanpi, what is the best way for people who are watching this and saying, hey, I want to get some rewards? What should they do right away, today, tomorrow, to get involved?
That's a great question. And to be honest, it's super simple. You just need to build. Like, you get rewarded for doing what you do daily. The only thing is that you just need to integrate the WalletConnect SDK. If you are building something out there and using WalletConnect, hey, you are already eligible for rewards. And the best thing is that you don't need to claim them. They just get or drop it to your wallet. So it's kind of like magic. You build, you get rewarded. It's really that simple.
You can just do things, guys. You can just
Yeah.
do things, but make sure to use WalletConnect. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you to our builders. Thank you, Juanpi. Thank you, Talent Protocol. Next up, we are going to bring up on stage Benjamin from MultiverseX. And I have so many questions for you. But first, tell us, what is MultiverseX and what do you do?
Hello. Really great to be here. MultiverseX is probably the most advanced blockchain in the world in terms of scalability. And very soon, with the biggest upgrade since Genesis, we're going to also have sub-second finality. So this blockchain can process upwards of hundreds of thousands of transactions per second. And very soon, we're going to also have the speed that is needed to process transaction at a sub-second speed.
Wonderful. You had me at sub-second finality. I am so proud. I know exactly what that means, and that is huge. So that is incredible to hear. Now, tell us about your Supernova upgrade. It sounds like a big deal, Supernova.
Indeed. We've been working on this upgrade for some time now, and it brings the type of speed that makes UX absolutely incredible for any type of blockchain interaction. We said that a good way to think about MultiverseX is as this fiber network for finance. And so what you want for a fiber network is to have incredible scalability, to be able to process things at internet scale. But in addition to that, you also want to have the speed that makes the user experience almost magical. So as someone interacts with the blockchain, they just tap a transaction and boom, it just works, and you don't have to think, you don't have to process. This is why Supernova is extremely big. And in addition to Supernova, we've essentially had an incredible community rally that actually came at your voting poll and started to push for MultiverseX to basically win the different rounds that you have had of polls. And you've seen part of what we are going through right now with the community, because we are in the process of doing something that is unprecedented even for the Web3 space, which is we're validating and defining a new economics model for the entire MultiverseX blockchain. And we're doing it in a public, transparent way with a marathon of community dialogue and conversations. And we've achieved something that is extraordinary, even in terms of intermediate milestones for this economic exploration. But the idea of engaging with thousands of people from around the world in a public way that is transparent and so on, and does governance in a way that has not been done. That's something that you've seen a glimpse at in the polls with the community engagement.
That is the true spirit of Web3, if you ask me. And speaking of community members all over the world, is it true, rumor has it, that you're planning a US expansion? Is that true?
Indeed. This is, I think, the most exciting step of the growth chapters for MultiverseX. So we've built this incredible technology. Now we're setting in place an economics model that is growth focused, that is there to bring in demand, to connect it with the real world, the different layers of the market. And so in this governance proposal, for instance, we're discussing two very ambitious and bold ideas. One is the founding of a DAT company, a company that will be publicly listed on the New York Stock Exchange and will be solely focused on owning and buying more EGLD, a sort of micro strategy for EGLD, if you will, and then an ETF for EGLD, specifically tapping in this big liquidity pool that exists in the US. So super, super excited about that and the steps that we're planning for the US.
That is some serious alpha. For anyone that just heard this felt like some really, really big, information. If you haven't followed MultiverseX yet, go and follow them right now. Where can people find you? Are you on X? What is your handle?
Yes, so they can look at MultiverseX or at Benjamin Minku. Exactly as it sounds, and there's a lot of alpha. I've just mentioned that tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I'm sharing one podcast with a famous and distinguished economics professor from the US, where we discuss a bit this new economics model and what it could bring for the network and the ecosystem. So very, very excited about that.
Well, I will be tuning in. I hope you will as well, Wallet Connectors. Benjamin, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a good one.
Now let's bring back to the stage Nacho. Nacho, there is one more update that we have to talk about today. It has the beautiful name 1CA, as they would say on X. 1CA is a beautiful name for a baby girl. What is 1CA? What does it stand for, and how does it work?
So for us, 1CA stands for one-click authentication or one-click out, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Both are okay. Probably most people are already used to these flows where you go to an application, they ask you to connect your wallet, you connect it, and immediately after they say, by the way, you should sign a message, and you go and sign the message. Or you thought you were already connected, but not quite. One-click out is something that we developed, I think it was a couple of years ago when the first version launched, that allowed in the same operation that you're connecting your wallet to an application, you are also signing the same message. So instead of going back to the wallet, you just connect it as you would expect. And you also prove that you effectively own the wallet that you're interacting with by signing this message. We are going to be expanding this solution now beyond the EVM, and actually this solution that we created, which we can share obviously later more information about it, it's compatible with all blockchains that exist. It's chain agnostic. It's a solution that solves for the SUI teams that we already talked about, but also the ones that we already know, every EVM account, Bitcoin, Solana, Ton, wherever you want to take this protocol, it's something that is going to work. Not only that, but the true power is that these new implementations allows you to do one-click anything at the end, not only connecting and signing a message, but that signature of a message can also include a payment. So we are going to see a future in not so distant where you just scan and you pay like we did with DTC, but on a more optimized way, using some of the new standards that we are working underneath with the team, like Wallet_Pay, which is a code name at the moment for the payment standard that we are building towards, but many other interactions as well, like scan and swap or scan and stake are things that are going to be possible all in one interaction without you having to go back and forth, losing a lot of time. We are always caring about making sure that the user's time is as precious as ours. So if we can cut the process to half, we are going to do it. And this is our approach. And it's going to be part of the certified round 3, which is going to be on 2026. So hopefully soon all of those wallets will be supporting this new standard as well.
I am personally very excited because I do not like to have to go through different steps of doing things. The simpler, the better. And I feel like, Nacho, you've just given me an early birthday gift. That is such a good update. We're very, very stoked. Thank you so much, Nacho. Thank you for being here today. Okay, and this brings us to the end of our town hall. Let's bring back Pedro to the stage for our outro. We have gone through a whole lot today. What are you most bullish on? What are you most excited about? What was your biggest takeaway?
Honestly, I'm mostly bullish about how mature wallets are getting. Like this town hall is a great example. Like we used to be making so many mistakes like 5 or 6 years ago, and now we have really grown up. And I think that slowly we're starting to see that we're essentially the future of banks. Like I actually, when I started WalletConnect, I was working in fintech in London, and now I feel like we reached even a higher standard of user experience and security. Like everything that we talked about the volume, about the data, about the one-click authentication, about SUI, about the certified programs, everything kind of showcases how well we are as an industry to self-regulate and really make the best for our users.
I'm very excited about that too. And guys, Pedro Gomez, father of wallets. You've seen it from the very beginning. I feel like you have been here since the very start. And I can't wait to hear what your take is on how Argentina has changed when we get over there next month for WalletCon, for DevConnect. Any final last words?
Well, this has been amazing. Thanks, Helena. Thanks, Diana, for putting this together. I think the community is really growing as I imagine, and I can't wait to meet everyone in Argentina.
Okay, Wallet Connectors, this is it for today. We'll see you next time. Remember to share on Twitter, on X, tell a friend, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.